Hey guys, I'm going to give you guys my competitive breakdown, but I just wanted to introduce you to my puppies first. They are totally lovers, not haters, even though they can look a little bit scary sometimes. Anyway, so here is what I've got going so far. I've still got kind of a perfectionist, so I try not to do that. But I've still got a long ways to go. This will be a never-ending process. That's become very clear to me, as Brian said in the video. So there's a couple of things that I have noticed about my competitive analysis, and that is that fortunately there's nobody filling the space that I want to fill, which is great. I don't think that of the people that I've looked at so far, none of them seem to have a very well-established micro niche at all. So that's actually great also for me. The only person, I've looked at a couple of people, I'll tell you who they are. Gabby Bernstein, Allie Brown, Patty Lennon, Allie Rittenhouse, and then I looked at one lady who's here local named Nina Sherry, and I'm sure nobody's heard of her. She doesn't have too much established, but she's just somebody local for me to bounce that off. And then a couple of other, Jenna Forrester, and one other gal who's Australian, and I don't remember her name, but I liked her a lot. I haven't put as much time into those two because I think they're a little more focused on the business side and less on the life coaching and more coaching side. They're a little more on the consulting side. But Gabby Bernstein is the one I've spent the most time with because I think that I myself resonate with her the most, even though she kind of focuses more on spiritual and personal growth sorts of things and just a little bit on business coaching and stuff. But anyway, what I have noticed with all of these people is that none of them have Twitter accounts. None of them have, not Twitter, but Snapchat. And none of them that I have found anyway are really doing like a regular day-to-day vlog to keep their fan base like in the loop and feeling like they get to know them on a personal level, even though I know that Gabby Bernstein has done a really super good job of establishing that feel, but not really doing like vlogs where you're getting to see her day-to-day life, which I think is really a useful tool. And a good testament to that is DJ Khaled. If any of you are familiar with who he is, he really blew up through Snapchat because of that. So what I have noticed also is that those who have a very well-established end-to-end ecosystem don't have a very well-established presence and aren't really doing a whole lot with social media. And then Gabby Bernstein, she has a really great presence online, but her end-to-end ecosystem is pretty convoluted. I don't even know that it totally exists. There's so many different low-end products on her website to wade through that, I mean, I can't even find something that's a high-end product. So it's just a little confusing, and it's very repetitive in terms of the stuff she's teaching. It seems like a lot of it is overlapping, and that's one of the things that the negative reviews on her books mentioned, was that it's not really new and that it's kind of all just the same old thing over and over again. So that, was really great feedback. What is the other thing? So I got this great distinction. I have learned this before, but I didn't really understand why it was important. One of the girls, Allie Rittenhouse, I was going through her social media, and I was like, it seems like she really hasn't posted anything in like a few months, or she really hasn't been keeping up with her social media very well. And when I found out why, she just posted a live video on Facebook today explaining like this block that she's been going through and how she's been doing this for so many years and she's a little disenchanted. And then it dawned on me that every one of these women refer to themselves as life coaches or business consultants, except for Gabby Bernstein, who refers to herself as a thought leader, a best-selling author, thought leader, and vlogger. But the rest of them do. And it dawned on me that the reason that that's really not useful for you to do with your personal brand is because it really puts you in a box. And I decided, let me look at Brian's. Let me see what Brian does on his LinkedIn, because that's the most likely one that somebody's gonna kind of box themselves in like that. And on his LinkedIn, he does the same thing he does on all of his things that I've seen, all of his videos and stuff, which is that he introduces himself as the founder and host of London Real. He doesn't say anything about program-specific terminologies. And I think that's really great because it allows you to like really continue to scale and expand out of your, you know, sub-niche or even your niche that you begin with as you grow your business. Whereas somebody like Amy Rittenhouse, who has deemed herself as a business coach, is going to have a little more difficulty with her fans and her followers expanding outside of business if she decides she wants to. So I thought that was a great insight for me, because I learned this a long time ago, a couple years ago, about how you should really try to use new words to describe yourself and like terminologies that don't limit you, but I didn't really understand why it was relevant. And so even on when I was learning this, I applied it to my LinkedIn page, where I would describe myself as a mental barrier breaker, a freedom finder, an entrepreneur, nonprofit board member, and Marine veteran. And so, yeah, I think that like doing that keeps you from building a box around yourself, and it's really useful. So that is mostly it. I'm feeling very confident now that I've looked at my competition, because I don't have any. And, you know, I'm excited because these people now, I know a lot about them, and they are all my potential future partners. Yeah, so that's it. So if you took the time to watch this super long video, thank you very much, and I will see you guys later.